On this note, I declare the book duly launched.
Wadon wake mena yin shebi ene ko ni no ni yo ja wo fe wo ja ga abego tun ake akokwa shon etuo ye na chio shiko chipe sano ke bashia no ba ye no ba ja ko mu fun ni na she ko be san ne ke o ta o gama ni bi ni je wo Ga Samai Ogama yomo hepi ona kote ya na bu mumai gbe fe kama no fa em kote wo monchema sihile hei ni ameteni bi amewo gugu wa efe ona wo Samaye ni no ko ni igba na fi o ake woni bi ibejeme ifa ni yake ni iyesu moko ha oga kusum oga ni femo na oga wemo oga la like ni bi nko fon no ake onti no ga no tumo ake dromo na mo dromi ke ni tem ke photo shabo ke no wo senke kono ntashi nko woro ngomba ngon dromo ni ke fe hu ke to hin beji ake any sheni ni dromo na woke sheni wo she woke nyina me bi ere libi ni tu ahun mba ni je wuku fe abaja iwe mo ni je abe le yemo je mi fi abe yemo si abe no ko ni aten mi ko na mai ku wa na ke energy no te ke bo wo aga be ko cho ni chema we yi yo mo le yemo abone hu lo to mo agwe shu na ba ja lo bu me yo mo ni yemo yo mo fi am yemo si ke ni temo fata hi ko ni ko na ni e he ko alo pete ko ni le ni o he e ka bo ko o ge be jo he wo ke nton no ko ni ko na na ten e ke yo mo ya ndoko ni ye for ni ke mena ka fe mo ma ke ni bi ye wa na ke energy no na to akewo.
I met Dr. Nii Afutu Kotei some time ago at the Ga traditional union function at Novotel Hotel when we met there. Fortunately, I bought some of these books, but we didn't get the second volume. So we thank him for today's explanation, and we hope this won't go to the drains. We have to teach our community and our children and our children's children so that they will know the Ga Samai and they won't forget it. It helps a lot. It educates us all. So we thank Dr. Kotei enough. On this note, I declare the book duly launched.
When people read my background, they ask me the question. So being in the medical field, where is all this coming from? The answer is very simple. I'm somebody who has this strong passion for culture, especially the culture of the Ghana people. All through my life, I've tried to associate myself with elders in our community. I go to family meetings and I sit next to the elders and I hear them talk and use words. And after the meetings, I always approach the elders and ask, what is it that you said at the meeting? Few of the elders are here. All I'm trying to say is that I'm not a historian. I'm not an authority on the Ghana language, but I have the passion for the culture, and I have been blessed with the gift of art, drawing, photography, and things like that. So you can have all the passion you want. Now what do you do with the passion? I noticed that the symbols out there, we don't have enough Ghana symbols. go to everywhere you go, people have their fabrics all dressed up, and each and every fabric has all the symbols and names. I approached one of my friends who is a fabric designer who was in his studio and asked him, no more, why all these designs and there's nothing representing the Ghana people? So why did you want to do it yourself? You are an artist. Oh, come on, man, you can do it. So I have all these challenges for me to do it myself. So the question is that you have the passion. What you do with the passion? This is an interesting symbol. You see the circle that people sit around. And I got this impression from a celebration they do before the Homework Festival, when the elders sit in a circle and they reach their hand into the sese and they pray in that water. And that water becomes a holy water that the ruler can use to give communion to the people of La, so that there's peace in the land of La during the Homework season. Next one. I don't want to focus. Some of the designs I made the design to trigger discussion among the young people. We hear the proverb, I don't want to focus. The question comes into play, who's Okankoi? I won't tell you who he is. You students, young ones, who find out. Once you talk about Okankoi, you're going to talk about Dodakabi, talk about Mapokai, we're going to talk about Katamaso War, we're going to talk about Ayawaso, we're going to talk about a whole lot of things that relates to the Ghana people. I challenge the young people to go look it up and enrich yourself. And here you can see, the teeth of the dog. Four set of teeth of dogs. I only talk about family feud. Sometimes, when you see a pack of dogs fighting among themselves, look so vicious and bloody, just leave them alone. You go, families are fighting among themselves. They don't need any outside intervention unless they invite you to come and sit and arbitrate the differences. Sometimes things are best left alone. Simple design. Next one. Now we get into the more difficult expressions. Difficult in the sense that it's very difficult to explain and it's very difficult to imagine. Next one. This one here called Fortify Amiabo. It has a strong historical background to that. And it also relates to the La people. There's one hunter and a warrior called Kotei Ablay. Kotei Amiabo, who came from Asre George. When the La people settled in La, you have a whole lot of problems. The armed robbers and rapists and stuff. So they invited this guy from Asre George, his name is Kotei, who is a warrior and a hunter, came to La and went on the hunt to hunt the armed robbers causing all this havoc in La. They killed him, cut off his head, they brought it to the La Manche. And said, well, send it to your father's house in Asre George. So Kotei Ablay was Kotei Amiabo. Then Amiabo was turned into Ablay. He brought peace to La. So this is another history that we can look into. And being from Ghana and Joyce, I take it very, very personal. Putting this book together. I want to acknowledge them. And there's a magician of the whole pack. Magnus Nii Afutu Kotei. So it's also a graphic designer. As a papa, he's my teacher. He's teaching me how to play with the computers and stuff. Anything you see on social media YouTube, Instagram, anything you see of my symbols on the social media, he's the one. So, if you see anything wrong in the social media about my designs, don't call me, call him. Thank you, girls. No more satisol. Please. Please. No more satisol. Anybody who knows about African movies and stuff, he's a pioneer. He's the one who put everything together and showed me what you do and what not to do. Okay, no more, I thank you. And then the last but not the least, these two ladies, Nigeria and Bibi. Please come. Sorry. Come here. That's my sister here. You know, and she came to the house and I had my book and I showed it to her. She said, oh, I have a friend who does a folklore thing. Let me just give her that copy. She took my book, gave it to her friend Billy. Listen, I know I'm getting a phone call, come and appear on my TV show. But before you come, make sure you're ready because I ask her questions. So she introduced my book to her friend. And then after the show, this lady took me by the hand, took me to the National Folklore Board, Miss Bernice. She took my hand straight to Miss Bernice's office, said, this is what I have. Not only that, she took my hand again straight to Legon, to the African Studies, said, this is what this guy has. So, I want you all to help me thank these ladies. Okay? I appreciate you very much. So I don't want to waste too much of my time. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Today's program has taught me a lot about the gun symbols. I, for one, didn't know who came about the gun symbols and what they meant. But today's program has opened my eyes on how this came about. When school children get to know about this more, they get to know their origin and know how to move forward in future.
Okay, so what do you tell students how they listen?
I would urge all of them to pay keen attention to the symbols because they have deeper meanings and for them to learn it and apply them to their lives.